to Conference Committee of Conference on S.126. And Legislative Council is going to put up some fresh language on, I don't know, do we call it a counter offer, counter proposal?
Yes.
We call it House Comfort's proposal number 1. I
That
don't know.
sounds so much better. Thank you.
Jen Carvey, Office of Legislative Counsel. So we have, as I said, House Comfort's proposal number 1 showing markup from Senate Comfort's proposal number 1. So basically what I did was integrate all of the proposals from the Senate proposal this morning that were amenable and showing changes to those that were modified in some way. So where there are no, where there's no highlighting, where there was highlighting this morning, that means the change has been incorporated. So we have no changes for a while. I'm just going to move ahead so that I don't make everybody busy. Our first change is on page 8. We'll see how well that color shows up. And this is simply in the name of the comprehensive.
It is.
Yeah, it's a bit more purple. It's pink on my screen. My rationale, in addition to the chair requesting it, was light red for the House, which is red, light green for the Senate, which is green.
Oh. You put a lot of thought into this. I'm glad you got your purple.
But yes, it does look more purple. So Vermont Steering Committee for Comprehensive Primary Healthcare. And so that reference carries through, although it occurs to me now that I did not change these references after I did the cross-reference. So we'll have to fix it. Or after I changed the application. All right, then we have hospital budget review. Make no changes. But the global hospital budget language is in there, no longer highlighted. We have section 6, hospital networks, no changes there, no changes in section 7. Section 8, we have comprehensive, you can see that throughout. So this is the plan and just a few things in the plan. Okay. Later, maybe not. Timing, there we go. So stuck with the January 15th, 2028 for the first plan, but having it, and with the 3 years, but having it in December 1st of every 3rd year. And then that would begin on December 1st of 2030.
Okay, so that puts it in.
Same year, but
I got it.
every other time it comes in, it will be in the middle of a lane.
It puts it on my birthday.
That's your birthday. December 31st? December 1st? Oh,
All right, and then we've got, so that was the only change in the plan. Section 9 is the advisory committee, again, comprehensive. I have to fix the references. We've gone to 18 members by putting back the representative of advanced practice registered nurses, of licensed mental health professional from an independent practice, and representative of small businesses. And then took out those references as far as consulting with and soliciting input from.
so how many members is that?
18.
How much?
18.
Okay.
Now, remember, it's just an advisory committee. They don't have any authority
Have to
They-
get advice.
except to
You
give
want them to have
advice.
some authority. We want them to influence. the
To
plan.
influence.
Okay.
Sort of felt it was really important to balance the needs of people providing care and with perhaps the financial.
Why don't we put physical therapists in there?
Would you like to?
I don't want any more members.
Put them in the consulting with
Them
if
in the
you'd like.
Put
consulting.
them in there,
I
put
want
them in
them in
there.
there. I
Paragraph.
thought they were in there.
Nope, we have physician assistants who are still
The one
there.
they shall consult with.
Yes.
Can put them in there.
That's what we're looking at.
But, well, we might accept this, but definitely physical therapists.
Okay. Then thank you for thinking. of
Really
that.
adamant.
I made it 20 for you.
Nice, around 20.
That, what do you call
Occupation there.
it? Global budget, that
I find OT are important too, but I
the
don't.
global budget.
I
I'm so confused.
All right, So we can certainly look at adding them in,
Can we put physical and occupational therapists?
but whoever you want. I have-
No, it was sending me mine, so.
Or any other.
Oh,
relevant-
yeah.
Really important.
As
Any other relevant.
And
stakeholders.
other healthcare professionals who are not members of the advisory committee and other relevant stakeholders.
So I'll tell you why I brought up OT. Right now, we're seeing problems with long COVID. And people with long COVID absolutely need OT, and it's helping them recover big time. So just a thought.
Yes, oh, we know how important it is. We did the OT compact.
Yeah.
That's right, last year,
Players know.
or a couple of years ago.
We did that.
All done together.
All right, section 9A is the Vermont Steering Committee for Comprehensive Primary Healthcare. And the change here was just to add providing input regarding comprehensive primary health care for the statewide healthcare delivery plan, strategic plan. Then we get to the data integration and data sharing. So it is largely based on the version that the Senate put in, which was based on that consensus language. It puts back in, well, there's a couple of things here. So AHS collaborating with the HIE steering committee in the development of the unified health data space in order to improve patient and provider. It strikes payer access. That's one thing. And adding back in decreasing administrative burdens on providers.
I think that's fine.
Then under number 4, instead of determine how best to integrate these various types of data, it would determine whether to integrate them, and if so, how to do so in a manner that protects proprietary information relating to payers and providers. Provided, however, that integration of these data types or a subset of them shall not begin prior to January 1st, 2027, and there's a report coming in, and shall occur only upon the favorable vote of a majority of all voting members of the HIE steering committee, and only for the specific uses approved by a majority of all voting members of the steering committee.
That relates to the claims, the clinical data.
This is all about integration of clinical claims,
Right.
data on social drivers of health.
Yeah, and, as I verbalized earlier, not only am I very concerned about payers having access to clinical data, I'm actually also worried about providers having access to claims data. Because I think it gets into some antitrust things and contracts and proprietary.
I think more proprietary than.
Yeah, proprietary. Whatever the legal language is.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing.
Okay.
All right, and then continues on with this existing language, and then again, as far as rapid access, taking out the reference to payers having rapid access. It's for patients and providers. And then we have a new, this should be D, anyway, new report on or before January 5th. This is really the first of the reports. So you have an annual January 15th report that was in the Senate version. And so this is just saying for that first one, the agency shall report to the committees regarding the advantages and disadvantages of integrating clinical data, claims data, data regarding social drivers of health related social needs, and other data types in the unified health data space, how an integrated system can improve patient and provider access to relevant information, decrease administrative burdens on providers, increase access to and quality of healthcare for Vermonters, and reduce healthcare system costs, and how an integrated system can be implemented in a manner that protects proprietary information relating to payers and providers. And then this update report would start beginning in 2027. And then, in here, just a couple of changes around, I do want to flag here where I thought maybe there needed to be in section 11A an end date for these monthly reports, but in talking with Eli, she reminded me that it does say each first day of each month of hospital fiscal year 2026. So that's kind of self-limiting already. It applies only to hospital fiscal year 2026. So we did not need anything else there. let's see, the reporting, we talked to AHS and aligning some of the reporting. So this would have the reporting on how much of that $2 million appropriated to AHS for hospital incentive payments had been obligated as of November 15th, and they would report that by December 1st. Just moving those dates out a couple of weeks to align with some other December 1st dates in here. Like the ACO report would be December 1st. And then that is largely it. That is it.
Okay, so thank you. Like some good things in there. And well, so what would be helpful? I think you all are on the floor at 2, are you?
I'm at 2.
So it might be helpful for us to get together as a group, go through this, and then think about, we might have another proposal to put in or with respect to the ACO or others, so
Mhm.
we'll try and bring back to you. And then think about where we are, because it looks like we're getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
I think the big hurdle was the global budget. Didn't we do a wonderful job on that?
Was it in there?
Yes.
Okay, yes. We're gonna meet. That's what I'm saying. The 3 of us are gonna go and meet with Jen, and we'll take some time on this, and then you're on the floor at 3.
2.
X2.
Or could be delayed. It's gonna be
Okay.
one of those, I think we're.
Well, if it's
back
delayed,
and
we'll try to meet.
15.
We'll try to just go meet
Okay,
briefly,
all right.
and then we can see what happens at 2. If you're free at 2, maybe we can meet then or a little after, see how fast we work.
Okay.
All of that.
Great.
And then we are on the floor at 3. So right now we have a lot of
And
time.
then we have a meeting at 3:30 too.
Yeah, we got lots of time on our hands between now.
Okay.
So,
We don't want you to have too much time.
we're gonna do lots of thinking.
So we're okay, we'll just stay here.
Which one?
Except,
They're gonna go consider.
We're gonna go consider.
We'll be
We're gonna
with
look,
alacrity.
we're gonna be quick.
I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna do, right?
Oh, no, we're not gonna mess anything else up.
Okay,
Yeah.
No,
good.
we're,
Did a wonderful job so far.
Awesome.
okay, so we'll go downstairs and maybe pick lunch up. No, we'll go downstairs and pick lunch up on the way and
Well,
should go off.
you want us to, yeah, we can go off of lunch.